The paper sat on the coffee table. 89 lines. 89 hotel stays. 89 nights I never spent in those rooms. Look at it. Rachel's voice cut through the silence. Look at every single one. I picked it up. My hands were steady. My stomach was not. July 15th, Westin, $189. August 3rd, Marriott, $215. September 22nd, Hyatt, $278. The dates went on. 3 full months. Every stay within 100 miles of our house. The most recent entry was 3 days ago, October 15th, the Grand Hyatt, $312. I was in Singapore on October 15th. Rachel, I set the paper down. I was in Singapore that week. You know that. I know what you told me. She folded her arms. I also know what hotel receptionists told me when I drove to every single one of these places. My throat tightened. You went to the hotels? Every one. Her voice was flat. And oh tears. And oh yelling, just flat. The Hyatt front desk remembered you, said you came in around 2 in the afternoon, checked out the next morning at 11. They described you perfectly, 35, glasses, gray suit, quiet. I opened my mouth. Nothing came out. That was your description, she continued. Not a stranger. Not a mistake. You. Rachel, I was in Singapore. Then explain it. She pointed at the paper. Explain every single one, because I already checked your calendar. July 25th through 28th, you said you were in Chicago for that client meeting. But that weekend, someone used your ID to check into a hotel 3 blocks from our house. I remembered that weekend. I had been in Chicago. I had the receipts. I had the flight confirmations. I had the photos of the client dinner. I have proof. I pulled out my phone. I can show you everything. The flights, the hotel, the restaurant receipts. I was in Chicago. Or someone was using your ID in Chicago while you were here. I stopped scrolling. She was serious. She actually believed I had done this. 5 years of marriage, 2 years of dating before that. And she looked at me like I was a stranger. Rachel, someone stole my identity. That's the only explanation. Oh, she raised an eyebrow. Then explain the receptionists. Explain the security footage they described to me. Explain why every single person I talked to said the man looked exactly like you. I didn't have an answer. I'll prove it. I said finally. I'll go to every hotel. I'll pull the security footage myself. I'll find whoever did this. Good luck. She stood up, because I already filed the initial paperwork. Paperwork for what? Divorce. The word hung in the air. Rachel, you can't be serious. I spent 3 days driving to every hotel on that list. 3 days of strangers telling me my husband checked into rooms alone. 3 days of imagining what happened in those rooms. Her voice cracked. You want me to wait while you find evidence? I already found mine. She walked to the bedroom. The door closed behind her. The lock clicked. I sat on the couch staring at the list. 89 entries. Someone had used my identity. Someone who looked like me. Someone who knew my schedule. Someone who had access to my personal information. I pulled out my phone. Called my mother. Ethan? Her voice was worried. Rachel's mother called. She said you're getting divorced. She said you were cheating. Tell me that's not true. Mom, it's not true. Someone stole my identity. Then why would Rachel? Because the evidence looks real. I rubbed my forehead. Someone checked into hotels using my ID. 89 times. Every receptionist described me, but I was out of town for most of those dates. Then who? I don't know yet. I stood up, but I'm going to find out. The bedroom door stayed locked all night. I slept on the couch, or tried to. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw the list. July 15th, Westin, $189. August 3rd, Marriott, $215. September 22nd, Hyatt, $278. The numbers were too neat, too consistent. Every hotel within the same price range. Every stay between $100 and $200. Every check-in around 2 in the afternoon. This wasn't random. This was deliberate. The next morning, I called my boss. Ethan, I need 3 days. Family emergency. Take them. He didn't ask questions. But I need you in the Chicago office next week. That deal closes on Friday. I'll be there. I hung up. Rachel was already gone. Dropped our daughter off at school before I woke up. The kitchen was spotless. Her coffee mug was in the sink. My mug was still in the cupboard. She had stopped making coffee for me. I pulled on a jacket and drove to the Grand Hyatt. The first stop on the list, October 15th. The most recent. The front desk clerk was young, early 20s, brown hair, polite smile. I need to check a record. I showed her my ID, October 15th. Your system shows I stayed here. She typed, nodded. Yes, sir. 1 night. Checked out at 11. Can you describe the man who checked in? She looked at me, paused. It was you. Be specific. 35. Glasses. Gray suit. Maybe 6 feet. Quiet. Paid cash for the deposit. Did he have anyone with him? No. Always alone. I leaned forward. Always. She hesitated. You've stayed here 8 times since July. Always the same routine. Check in around 2. Check out around 11. Always alone. I stepped back. Show me the dates. She pulled up the record. July 15th. August 3rd. August 22nd. September 4th. September 18th. October 2nd. October 15th. My stomach dropped. All the dates matched the list. All the dates matched my travel schedule. Every single time I left town, someone checked into a hotel under my name. Thank you. I walked outside. The sun was harsh. Bright. My eyes hurt. I smoked a cigarette. My hands were shaking. Someone knew my travel schedule. Someone with access to my calendar. Someone who looked enough like me to fool hotel staff. Or someone who didn't look like me at all. The receptionists described me. The real me. They weren't lying. They were just wrong. A man with my ID and my description. Impossible. Unless it wasn't a stranger. I drove to the next hotel. The Westin. Same story. The same description. The same routine. Check in. Pay cash. Sleep alone. Leave. Then to the Marriott. Same. Then to the Hilton. Same. By the time I reached the 5th hotel, I had stopped asking questions. I already knew the answers. Someone was using my identity. Someone who looked like me. Someone who knew my schedule perfectly. I sat in my car and made a list. The dates fell into a pattern. Weekdays. Never weekends. Never holidays. Every single stay was Monday through Thursday. Every single check-in was afternoon. Every single checkout was morning. This wasn't a vacation. This wasn't a romantic meeting. This was someone hiding. Someone who needed a room during the week. Someone who couldn't use their own ID. Someone who knew I'd be out of town every single time. I called my assistant. Mark, I need you to check the filing room. My ID copy. The one we submitted in March for that company's certification. Is it still there? Give me a minute. I heard footsteps. Filing cabinets opening. Silence. Mr. Chen? Mark's voice was careful. It's not here. Check again. I checked every cabinet. Every folder. Your file is empty. The ID copy is gone. My grip tightened on the steering wheel. Mark, is there a sign-in log? Anyone who accessed the filing room? Yeah, I'll check. More shuffling. There's a log here. July 18th. Someone from the office accessed it. Who? Hold on. Pause. It says James Palmer, from the sales team. I froze. James Palmer. We started at the company the same year. We grabbed drinks sometimes. We played basketball on weekends. We were friends. Why would James access my file? Not sure. Mark hesitated. But it's a little weird. James doesn't usually deal with filing room stuff. That's HR's job. I hung up. Called James directly. Hey man, what's up? His voice was friendly, casual, the voice of a man who had nothing to hide. James, did you access my file in the filing room on July 18th? Silence. James, I can explain. His voice dropped. It was for the company retreat. The retreat? Yeah, the team building thing in July. They needed extra IDs for the hotel block. I grabbed yours and a few others. And how many rooms did you book with my ID? I think 2, maybe 3. 3 rooms, for the entire retreat. Yeah. I looked at the list. July had 35 entries. The retreat was only 3 days. James, did anyone else have access to that ID after you took it? I handed it to the front desk at the hotel. That's all. They used it for the room assignments. That's it. And after that? They should have destroyed it. Or returned it. He paused. Wait, why are you asking? I didn't answer. I was already doing the math. July. 35 entries. 3 from the retreat. 32 unaccounted. August. 31 entries. 0 from the retreat. September. 23 entries. 0 from the retreat. 89 total. 87 unaccounted. James, did anyone else ask for my ID? Anyone you talked to before the retreat? I don't think so. Why? Because someone used my ID for months. Someone who matched my description. Someone who knew my travel schedule. James was quiet for a long moment. Then he spoke, voice tense. Ethan, I might know who. Who? Your cousin. I blinked. My cousin? Yeah, Mark. What's his name? The one you told me about. The one who looks exactly like you. James. Mark has been in Shanghai for 3 years. Not anymore. I ran into him at a bar a few weeks ago. He said he moved back. Said he was going through some stuff. Financial stuff. My blood went cold. James, where did you see him? Downtown. Some bar on 6th Street. He looked rough. Said he was staying at a hotel nearby. I offered to buy him a drink, but he said he had to leave. I don't know. Jumpy. I ended the call. Mark. My cousin. The one person in the world who looked like me. The one person who had my face, my height, my build. The one person who knew my schedule because my mother told his mother everything. The one person who knew about the company filing room because I'd mentioned it at a family dinner. The one person who needed money, who needed to hide, who couldn't use his own name. I pulled up his number, the one I hadn't called in 2 years. Mark, sent to voicemail. I called again, voicemail. 3rd time, voicemail. I sent a text, call me, now. No response. I started the car, drove to the address my mother had given me months ago, Mark's new place, his temporary housing, a rental in the bad part of town. The building was old, dirty, the kind of place where people went to disappear. I climbed the stairs to the 3rd floor, knocked on the door, no answer. Knocked again, harder. The door opened, a face appeared, a face exactly like mine. Thinner, paler, dark circles under the eyes, but the same nose, Same chin. Same eyes. Ethan. Mark's voice was shaky. I can explain. I pushed past him into the room. The place was a mess. Clothes everywhere. Fast food wrappers. A stack of hotel receipts on the table. I grabbed the receipts. Held them up. 89 stays. 89 times you used my name. My ID. My life. Mark's face went white. Ethan. It wasn't. Don't. I stepped closer. Don't lie to me. The hotels. The receptionists. The dates. I already know everything. Mark sank onto the bed, head in his hands. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Sorry doesn't fix my marriage. Sorry doesn't bring back my wife's trust. Sorry doesn't make me sleep at night. I was hiding. His voice cracked. The debt. The gambling. I owed everyone money. I couldn't use my own ID. They would have found me. They would have killed me. So you used mine. I didn't think. You didn't think. I grabbed his shirt, pulled him to his feet. You didn't think that my wife would find out? You didn't think that she would leave me? Ethan, I am sorry. You're sorry. I let him go, stepped back. You're sorry while my marriage falls apart. You're sorry while I lose my daughter. You're sorry while my life burns down. Mark fell back onto the bed, silent. I stared at him. This man, this broken, desperate man. This man who had taken everything and had nothing left to give. I pulled out my phone, dialed Rachel's number. Straight to voicemail. Rachel that I found him. IT was Mark, my cousin. He used my ID. The receptionist described me because he looks exactly like me. Did I have proof? Did I have the receipts? Did I have his confession? Pause. Please. Call me back. That we can fix this, that we can... The call cut off. I looked at Mark. You're coming with me. You're going to tell Rachel everything. You're going to prove to her that I never did this. Mark shook his head. I can't. If she tells anyone, if the police get involved, the debt collectors will find me. They'll kill me. Then you should have thought about that before you destroyed my life. Ethan, please. Get up. My voice was ice. Now. Mark stood, shaking, broken. We walked to the car, drove in silence. The streets passed by, gray, empty. I felt nothing. We reached the house. Rachel's car was in the driveway. Good. She was home. I walked inside. Mark behind me. Rachel. She came out of the kitchen, saw Mark, stopped. Her expression didn't change. Rachel. I pointed to my cousin. It was him. The ID. The hotels. All of it. He's been hiding from debt collectors. He used my name. My face. Everything. Rachel looked at Mark, studied his face, his eyes. It is you, she said. Quiet. Flat. The receptionists were right. He does look like you. Rachel. It wasn't me. I didn't do anything. He confessed everything. Ethan. She held up a hand, stopped me. I don't care. The words hit like a punch to the chest. Rachel. What? I heard you. She glanced at Mark. I believed you, actually, before you brought him here, that I called the hotel on my way home. They described the man on the check-in footage. I knew it wasn't you. I knew it yesterday, she paused. I needed to see how you would react, and you reacted exactly how I thought you would. Rachel, what are you talking about? I didn't leave you, because I thought you were cheating. Her voice cracked. I left you because I was already gone. The cheating, that was just the excuse, the clean break. But the truth is, Ethan, I haven't felt like we were married in years. Rachel, you're never home. You're always traveling, always working, always some deal. Some meeting, some emergency. I raised our daughter alone. I planned every birthday alone. I spent every holiday alone. Rachel, I was working. For us. Was it for us? She laughed, and oh, humor in it. Or was it for you? Because I don't remember ever asking you to work 80-hour weeks. I don't remember asking you to be gone 8 months of the year. I don't remember asking for a bigger house or a nicer car. That I asked for you, just you, and you gave me nothing. I couldn't speak. Rachel, Mark started. This is my fault. No. Rachel shook her head. It's not, you're just the excuse. The final piece of a story that was already done. She turned to me. Ethan, did I love you? Did I think I always will? But I can't do this anymore. I can't live alone while I'm married. I can't raise a child by myself. I can't wait for you to choose us. Not when you never do. I stepped toward her. Rachel, I can change. I can. You can't change what I need. She was crying now, silent tears down her face. I need a husband who's present. I need a father who's around. I need someone who's here. Not someone who's always almost here. Not someone who's always late. Not someone who's always promising to show up and never does. I opened my mouth, closed it. Nothing came out. Mom, the door opened. Our daughter, 6 years old, tired, confused. Why is everyone crying? Rachel knelt, wrapped her arms around the girl. Nothing, sweetie. Everything's fine. But Daddy's crying. I touched my face. It was wet. Rachel stood. Ethan, I've already signed the papers. They're on the kitchen table. You need to sign them too. Rachel, please, give me a chance. I gave you 7 years. She walked toward the door. Mark stepped aside. 7 years of chances. I don't have any more to give. The door closed. I stood in the living room, alone. Mark behind me, quiet, broken. Ethan, get out. I didn't turn around. Ethan, get out before I call the cops. Before I tell them everything. Mark left. The door closed again. I walked to the kitchen. The papers sat on the table. Divorce papers. Rachel's signature already on the line. I picked up a pen. My hand shook. I didn't sign the papers. I couldn't. Instead, I stared at them for 3 hours. Rachel's signature was neat, small, precise. Like everything about her. The doorbell rang at 9. I opened it. Mark stood there. His face was worse than earlier. More bruised, more broken. Ethan, I need help. Get out. Ethan, please. They found me. I froze. Who? The collectors. He looked over his shoulder. They know I'm in town. They know I've been hiding. They followed me from the hotel. Not my problem. Ethan, I used your name, your ID, your face. If they come after me, they'll find you too. I grabbed his collar, pulled him inside. Tell me everything. He sank onto the couch, hands shaking. I borrowed money, $50,000, thought I could flip it, but I lost everything, then I borrowed more, paid off the first loan with the second, the interest ballooned. Now I owe $200,000. 200? You said 60. 200. Mark looked at the floor. I've been hiding for 6 months. Every time they get close, I run. Hotels, motels, the city shelters, but they always find me. So, you used my ID to keep running. I didn't have a choice. You always have a choice. I was pacing now. You could have come to me. You could have told me the truth. And what? You'd give me $200,000. I'd have helped you figure it out. That's what family does. Mark laughed. Bitter. Ugly. Family. Right. Like when your dad cut my dad off. Like when your mom told my mom she was a failure. You think I'd come to you. That was years ago. Doesn't matter. The damage is done. I stopped pacing. What's done is done. But I want to know everything. Every hotel. Every date. Every time you use my name. Mark pulled out his phone. Here. The full list. I scrolled through. July 15th. Weston. July 17th. Hyatt. July 20th. Sheraton. On and on. 89 entries. But something caught my eye. There were gaps. Long ones. July 25th to 28th. No entries. September 10th to 14th. No entries. Why these dates? Why'd you skip them? Mark shrugged. I had money. Stayed with friends. Which friends? People from before. Before the debt. You said you didn't have friends anymore. Mark didn't answer. That silence was louder than any confession. I kept scrolling. September 22nd. Hyatt. September 23rd. Weston. September 24th. Marriott. 3 nights in a row. Different hotels. Every night. Why 3 nights in a row? Mark shrugged again. Felt safer. Switching hotels makes it harder to track me. Seems expensive. I had access to money then. Where'd you get it? He didn't meet my eyes. Mark, where did you get the money? I worked. For a while. Did some jobs. Jobs or jobs? Mark looked away. That's when I knew. He wasn't just hiding from debt. He was hiding from something else. Something worse. You're not just a gambler. I stepped closer. You're something else. Something you're not telling me. Mark stood up. Ethan, I came here for help, not for a confession. You don't get to decide what I get from you. You destroyed my marriage, my life, my daughter's future. You tell me everything, or I call the police. Mark was quiet for a long moment. Then he sat back down. Feeney, but you won't like it. I already don't like it. Mark pulled his sleeve up. Scars, needle marks, old and new. Ethan, I'm not just a gambler. I'm an addict. Have been for years. That's where the money goes. Not to loans, not to debts, to this. I stared at the marks. My cousin, my childhood friend, my doppelganger. You're using, and you used my ID to find places to use. Not just use. Mark's voice was hollow. Sell. Sell? There's a circuit. Businessmen, executives, people who need privacy. They pay cash. They don't use their own names. I provide the room, the connection, the look. The look? They want someone who's not them, but someone who could be them. That's where I come in. I look like you. I act like you. I'm you, just without the money. I sat down across from him. The pieces clicked together. The hotels, the cash payments, the specific times, the frequent stays. You were running a business. Call it what you want. You used my identity to run a business. I used your identity to survive. A part of me wanted to scream. Another part of me wanted to cry. The third part of me was already calculating. Mark, I need the names. What names? The people you worked for. The people who paid you. The ones who wanted privacy. They paid cash. No names. Bullshit. Ethan, I'm telling you. You're lying. I've known you my whole life. I know when you lie, and right now you're doing it. Mark sat back, defeated. Feeney, I kept records, client lists, payments, dates. Give me everything. Why? It won't change anything. It won't bring Rachel back. It won't fix the divorce. I grabbed his chin, forced him to look at me. If Rachel still wants to go through with the divorce, I'll sign. But I need to know who else you burned. I need to know who else you used. I need to know how deep this goes. Mark pulled away, reached into his pocket, handed me a USB drive. Everything. The records, the clients, the payments, All of it. I took the drive, tucked it into my pocket. You need to leave. Now. Before I change my mind. Ethan, I don't have anywhere to go. Not my problem. I opened the door. Mark stood slowly, stumbled forward, stopped at the threshold. You'll never forgive me, will you? Will you forgive yourself? Mark didn't answer. He walked out into the dark. I didn't sleep that night. I sat in my home office, stared at the USB drive. I should have called the police. I should have called a lawyer. Instead, I called my mother. Ethan, it's midnight. Mom, I need to know something. Ethan, I'm sleeping. Did you know Mark was back? Silence on her end. Mom. Ethan, he came to us 6 months ago. He was in trouble. He asked for help. And you didn't tell me? Your father said it was family business. It wasn't your problem. Mark used my ID. He used my identity. He checked into 89 hotels under my name. That's not true. Mom, I have the receipts. I have the dates. I have every single piece of evidence. He destroyed my marriage. He made Rachel think I was cheating. He took everything. My mother started crying. Ethan, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. We didn't know. We didn't think. You didn't think. My voice was ice. You didn't think that it would come back to me. You didn't think that he would use my name. You didn't think that I'd pay for his mistakes. Ethan, your father? Dad can call me. But for now, I want to know why you protected him. Because he's family. So am I. Silence. My mother said nothing. Mom, I love you, but I need to figure out how deep this goes. I need to know who else he involved. What are you going to do? I don't know yet. I paused. I'm sorry. I need to go. Ethan. I'll call when I know more. I hung up. The USB drive sat on the desk. I plugged it in. The first folder was labeled Hotels, full of receipts, dates, payment confirmations. The second folder was labeled Clients, names, phone numbers, payment amounts. I scrolled through. Some names I recognized, executive level, people I'd met at company functions, people I'd known for years. One name stopped me cold. Ronald Marsh, my boss's boss, the VP of operations. I stare at his photo on the company website, the same face I saw at monthly meetings, the same voice I heard on quarterly calls. He was in my cousin's client list. I opened the folder. Ronald Marsh, July 22nd, Weston, $800 cash, private meeting. Ronald Marsh, August 14th, Hyatt, $1,200 cash, overnight stay. Ronald Marsh, September 5th, Marriott, $1,500 cash, 2 guests. I sat back. My cousin wasn't just using my ID for hotels. He was using my ID for business, for deals, for meetings that shouldn't exist. I scrolled deeper. Names upon names. People from every corner of the city. And every one of them used my cousin, used my identity, used my face. Mark wasn't just an addict. He was a front, a fake, a lie that replaced my real life. I drove to Rachel's apartment the next morning. She was packing boxes, moving, leaving. Ethan, I told you. I need to show you something. I don't want to see anything. Rachel, please. She sat down, reluctant. I pulled up the USB files. Mark wasn't just hiding. He was running a business. People used him, used my face, used my identity, for money, for privacy, for things they couldn't do on their own. Rachel glanced at the screen. Her face changed. Is that Ronald Marsh? Yeah, my boss's boss. Ethan, this is serious. You need to. I know what I need to do, but I needed you to see it first, to understand. I wasn't cheating. I was a victim, just like you. Rachel was quiet for a long moment. I believe you. I felt relief wash over me. But, she continued, it changes nothing. Rachel, I told you, it's not about the cheating. It's about the 7 years. 7 years of being alone. 7 years of waiting. 7 years of watching you choose work over us. Rachel, I can change. I'm changing right now. You're not changing. You're reacting. This is a crisis. When the crisis passes, you'll go back to being you. Rachel, please. I'm sorry. She stood up. I'll be here for 3 more days. Then I'm moving to my mother's. You can see our daughter when I'm settled. She walked away. I stood in the middle of the empty room. Ronald Marsh's face stared at me from the screen. My boss's boss. His name. His photo. The man who had paid my cousin for private meetings. I pulled out my phone. Called Ronald directly. Ethan, this is unusual. Is everything all right? Ronald, I need to meet with you. This isn't a great time. We have the quarterly. Ronald, I lower my voice. I have information about the Westin, July 22nd. The Hyatt, August 14th. The Marriott, September 5th. Are those dates familiar? Silence. Ethan, I think you're making a mistake. Am I? Where did you get this information? From a source, a relative, someone who records everything. Ethan, let's not be hasty. Let's meet, calmly, talk about what you have. Tomorrow, 8 Uhr morgens, my office. I'll be there. I hung up. My heart was pounding. I had just threatened my boss's boss. But I couldn't stop. Ronald Marsh wasn't the only name on the list. There were others. People I knew. People I trusted. People who had used my identity. People who had used Mark. People who had contributed to my ruin. I closed the files. Made a new list. Names. Dates. Payments. Every piece of evidence I needed. 2 hours later, Mark called. Ethan, you didn't tell me you talked to Ronald. I didn't need to. Ethan, you don't understand. Ronald is dangerous. He's connected. He has people who... Mark, stop. Ethan, please. I only told you the names because I thought you'd be safe. Ronald is the wrong person to push. Mark, I have everything. The records, the payments, the dates. I can destroy him. He can destroy you first. The call cut off. I stared at my phone. Mark was afraid. That meant something. That meant there was more to the story. I opened the USB drive again. Looked deeper. Scrolled past the names. Past the payments. Past the dates. Then I found something I missed earlier. A folder labeled backup. I opened it. More records. More names. But these were different. These were people who rented rooms from Mark. People who paid cash. Paid in advance. People who didn't use their own names. And next to each name, a description. One entry caught my eye. August 10th, the guest house. $1,500 cash. Client. Ethan. That was my name. My real name. Next to a description that read, the real thing. Let him walk right in. I stared at the screen. I had never been to that hotel. I had never rented that room. But someone had rented it under my name. A client. A person who paid to use my face. My identity. Mark wasn't just using my ID. He was selling access to my identity. To other people. People who wanted to be me for a night. I sat back. The full picture came into focus. Mark was the middleman. The face. The name. The fake. But he wasn't the only one using my identity. He was selling it. To people like Ronald Marsh. To people who wanted to hide. To people who needed a temporary fake identity. Mark wasn't just a victim. He was a business owner. And I was his product. I picked up the phone. Called Rachel. She answered this time, surprised. Ethan? I need to tell you something. Ethan, I'm tired. Mark wasn't just using my ID. He was selling it. To other people. People who wanted to use my identity. People who paid him for access. Rachel was quiet. The hotel where someone used her name? The one you said you never visited. I found the backup records. He sold my identity to others. People paid cash. People used my name. People used my face. Ethan, that's worse. I know. How deep does this go? I don't know yet, but I'm going to find out. Ethan, I'll call you tomorrow. I hung up, stared at the screen. The list of clients kept going. Each one a stranger. Each one my face. Each one another piece of the conspiracy. Mark had created a whole network of fakes. I was just the original. The next morning, I met Ronald Marsh at my office. He walked in, calm, composed. Ethan, let's be direct. What do you want? I want to know why your name is on this list. I slid the file across the table. Ronald glanced at it, didn't flinch. Ethan, I think you've been misled. Have I? There are people who use your identity, your cousin, your family, others. I used your cousin for legitimate business purposes. There were no illegal transactions, no misconduct, no wrongdoing. Then why did you pay cash? Ronald paused. Sometimes cash is easier, faster, more convenient. You paid my cousin $800 to rent a room. Why? Ronald took a deep breath. Ethan, that I'm going to be honest with you. I'm in a difficult position. I have personal matters that require discretion. Your cousin provides that discretion. I don't ask questions. I don't need explanations. I just need a room that no one can trace. But you used my name, my identity, my face. I used the identity your cousin provided. If he used your name, that's on him. Ronald, my marriage is over because of this. My life is ruined because of this. And you're telling me you don't care? Ronald stood up. Ethan, I'm sorry about your marriage. I'm sorry about your life. But I have a company to run. I have a family to protect. You don't think I have struggles. You don't think I have secrets. Ronald, I have people above me. I have people below me. Everyone is watching. Everyone is waiting. I need privacy. And your cousin provides it. That's all. He walked to the door. Stopped. Ethan, I'm offering you a choice. Forget this. Let it go. I'll help your career. I'll make sure you're taken care of. But if you pursue this, you'll regret it. He left. I sat in my empty office. The thread hung in the air. Forget it, or else. But I couldn't forget. I had lost my wife, my daughter, my life. And Ronald Marsh was one of the people who used me. That night, I called my cousin one more time. Mark, I need the full list. Everyone, everything. Ethan, I told you already. I know you're lying. I know you have more. I want everything. Mark was quiet. Ethan, if I give you everything, they'll kill me. Who? Everyone. Ronald. The others. They'll make sure I disappear. Mark, they'll make sure you disappear anyway. You're a loose end. Long silence. Then Mark spoke, his voice broken. Fine, I'll send it all. Send it now. Ethan, before I do, I need to tell you something. What? Rachel, she visited me yesterday, after you left her apartment. I froze. What? She came alone, wanted to talk, wanted to understand. She asked me about everything. The hotels, the clients, the money. Mark, what did you tell her? Everything. The whole truth. Every name, every payment, every person who used your identity. I was silent. She saw the files, the backup records, the client descriptions. She knows everything now, Ethan. Every piece of it. Mark, you're telling me the truth. I'm telling you everything. That's what you wanted. That's what she wanted. I hung up. My phone buzzed. A message from Rachel. The folder. She had Mark's records too. Now she knew everything. 20 minutes later, Rachel called. Ethan. Rachel. I saw the records, the backup files, the full list. Rachel, I didn't send them to you. I know. Mark sent them to me yesterday. Yesterday? He sent them before you visited me. I was still packing, still leaving, but I read everything. Rachel, what did you find? Everything. Her voice was shaking. The clients, the payments, the descriptions that he documented every person who used your identity. There are more than 80, more than his own bookings. He sold access to dozens of people. Rachel, the people on that list, they're not just strangers. They're people we know, people we've met, people we invited into our lives. Which names? Ronald, Brian, Tom, even your father. My heart stopped. My father? The records show your father booked a room 2 years ago, when Mark was just getting started. He paid cash, used a different name, but Mark knew. Mark recorded everything. Rachel, that's not possible. I sent you the records. Check yourself. I opened the folder, scrolled down. There it was. My father's name, a hotel room, a date from years ago. I called my father. Dad. Ethan, it's late. Did you use Mark's services? Did you pay him for a room? Did you use a false identity? Silence. Dad. Ethan, I'm sorry. I never meant to. Dad, how long? Ethan, I don't know how to explain. How long, Dad? 3 years. I ended the call. My father. His name on the list. His face in my mind. His voice still echoing in my ears. My entire family. Everyone used Mark. Everyone used me. I walked outside. The night air was cold. My phone buzzed again. A message from Mark. Ethan, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything. I was trying to help, trying to make money, trying to survive. Another message. They're coming for me now. Ronald, the others, they're coming. A third. Tell Rachel I'm sorry. I called him. The phone rang. Voicemail. I tried again. No answer. I drove to his apartment. The door was open. The room was empty. No clothes. No furniture. No Mark. I stood in the middle of the room. Everything was gone. The USB drive. The records. The backup files. Everything. He left nothing behind. But I still had the copy. The copy I made. The one he didn't know about. I smiled. Cold. Calculated. I win, Mark. I win. I drove home. The divorce papers were still on the table. Rachel's signature was still there. I picked up the pen. This time, my hand was steady. I signed my name. Then I put the papers in an envelope. Marked it for Rachel. I would deliver it tomorrow. Everything was done. Everything was finished. My marriage was over. My life was over. But I still had the records. The names, the dates, the payments, everything. I would use them. I would destroy everyone on that list. Starting with Ronald Marsh. I woke up the next morning. The envelope sat on my nightstand. Divorce papers, signed. I stared at them for 10 minutes. Then I picked up the phone. Called my lawyer. David, I need you. Ethan, it's 6 in the morning. I have evidence. A conspiracy. Identity theft. Fraud. Multiple parties. I need to know my legal options. David listened. I explained everything. The hotels, Mark, Ronald, the clients, the backup files. David stayed silent. Ethan, this is serious. You're accusing powerful people. I don't care. Your father, your boss, your cousin. This will destroy your career, your family, your life. My life is already destroyed. Then come in. Bring everything. I arrived at David's office at 8. He reviewed the USB drive. His face got whiter with every file. Ethan, this is a gold mine, but also a minefield. Explain. The clients, they're not just random people. They're executives, politicians, people with influence. They'll fight back. Let them. David leaned back. Your father, he's on this list. I know. You want to expose him too? If he did this, he answers for it. David nodded slowly. Okay, here's the plan. We don't go public. Not yet. We gather more evidence. We build a case. Then we decide who to target first. Ronald. Ronald is the biggest target, but he's also the most dangerous. He'll have lawyers, resources, people who will protect him. I don't care. Fine, but let me take the lead on this. If we go in too hot, we'll lose everything. I left David's office at 10. Drove to my father's house. He opened the door. Ethan, I was hoping you'd call. Dad, I need to hear it from you. Ethan, every detail, every date, every payment. Start talking. My father sat down. He looked older, frilier. 3 years ago, Mark came to me. He said he had a business, a legitimate business, hotel consulting. I needed privacy, some personal matters. He offered to help. How much did you pay? $3,000, over several months. For what? Rooms, private meetings, things I couldn't do openly. Dad, what things? My father looked away. I had an affair, a brief one, 2 years ago. It ended, but I needed a place, a private place. Mark provided it. An affair. Yes. You used my identity, my face, my name. Ethan, I didn't know he was using your name. He said he had arrangements, his own ID, his own systems. I believed him. Dad, he used my identity, my name, everything. My father was crying now. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. If I had known. Known what? That he was ruining my life? That he was destroying my marriage? That he was selling access to my face? Ethan, I never meant to hurt you. You never meant anything. That's the problem. I walked out. My father called after me. I didn't turn back. My phone buzzed. Unknown number. I answered. Ethan, it's Mark. You disappeared. I'm in hiding, but I have information about Ronald, about the clients, about everything. Tell me. Ronald isn't just a client. He's the one who started it all. He approached me 3 years ago, asked if I knew anyone who looked like someone else, someone with clean records, someone with nothing to hide. You told him about me. I told him I could provide services, legitimate services, but he pushed. He needed a fake, a replica, a man who could be someone else. Ronald needed me. No, Ronald needed someone who looked like you, a face, a name, a story. Your face fit perfectly. So Ronald built the entire network. He built it. I operated it. You were the product. And my father? He was a client, nothing more. He never knew about the others. He never knew about you. I was silent. Mark, where are you? I can't tell you. They'll find me. Who's they? Ronald, his people, the ones who paid, the ones who have connections. Mark, I need to find you. We can work together, build a case, take everyone down. Ethan, it's too late. They already know you have the files. They know you talked to David. They're coming for you too. I hung up. My heart pounded. Ronald knew. Everyone knew. I called David. David, Mark called. He says they know. Ethan, I just got a call from Ronald's lawyer. They want to talk. About what? Settlement. They're offering money. A promotion. Anything to keep this quiet. What did you say? I said you'd think about it. David, we're not settling. Ethan, we're not settling. Ethan, you're making a mistake. These people are powerful if you push too hard. I don't care. They destroyed my life. I'm destroying theirs. The next morning, I walked into Ronald's office. His secretary tried to stop me. I pushed past her. Ronald sat at his desk. Ethan, this is unexpected. Ronald, we need to talk. I think we've said everything. We haven't said anything. I sat down across from him. I have the files. I have the dates. I have everything. Ronald didn't flinch. Ethan, you're making a mistake. Am I? Those files, those dates, those names, they represent a business that's existed for years, a business that's helped many people, including people above me. People who won't be happy if this goes public. I don't care. Then let me make this clear. If you release those files, you destroy your career, you destroy your family, you destroy your future, your father's reputation, your mother's reputation, everyone you love. You already destroyed my marriage, my daughter, my future. There's nothing left to lose. Ronald smiled. Ethan, you're wrong. There's always something left to lose. He pressed a button on his desk. The door opened. 2 men walked in. Lawyers. Ronald's lawyers. We've prepared a letter, one of them said. A formal cease and desist. If you release any information, we'll sue you for defamation, invasion of privacy, emotional distress, and we'll win. Win? You used my identity. You stole my face. You. Prove it. Ronald's voice was calm. Prove that we used your identity. Prove that we knew. Prove that we didn't believe we were paying for legitimate services. You can't, because we have records too. Records that show we paid Mark, not you, Mark. Mark is my cousin. He used my name. Mark is your cousin, but he's also an independent contractor. He never told us he was using your identity. He told us he had proper arrangements. Legal arrangements. We believed him. I stared at Ronald. He was good. Too good. Ethan, I'm offering you a way out. You take the settlement. You forget everything. You leave the company. You start a new life. Somewhere far from here. And if I refuse, then we fight. We destroy your career, your reputation, your family, everyone you care about. I stood up. I'll think about it. I walked out. David was waiting in the lobby. What happened? They're fighting back. They have records. They're claiming they didn't know. Ethan, this is getting dangerous. I know. Maybe we should take the settlement. No. Ethan. No. I'm not stopping. Not now. Not ever. I drove home. The envelope was still on my nightstand. I grabbed it. Drove to Rachel's apartment. She was packing again. Ethan. I'm leaving tonight. I know, but I need to ask you something. Ask. Ronald. He knows. He's fighting back. He says Mark never told him about me. Rachel stopped packing. Ethan. Mark told me everything. He said Ronald knew from the beginning. Rachel. You're sure? I saw the records. Emails. Messages. Ronald knew you were the original. He knew Mark was using your identity. He didn't care. Rachel. Do you have these records? I have copies. Mark gave them to me. Then we have leverage. Ethan. Ronald will fight back. He'll destroy you. He's already destroyed me. There's nothing left. Rachel handed me a folder. Emails. Messages. Recordings. Everything. I read through every page. Ronald had known from day one. He had chosen me specifically. My face. My identity. My life. He had used me. I called David. David. New evidence. Rachel has it. Ronald knew everything. This changes everything. Send it to the authorities. The police. The FBI. Everyone. Ethan. Are you sure? I'm sure. 2 days later, Ronald was arrested. His lawyers fought back. But the evidence was too strong. Emails. Recordings. Payments. Everything matched. Ronald was charged with identity theft, fraud, conspiracy. The other clients were investigated too. One by one, they fell. My father was questioned. He admitted everything. His reputation was destroyed. My mother called me crying. I didn't answer. Mark reappeared. He had been hiding in a motel outside the city. He turned himself in, testified against Ronald and the others. In exchange, he got a reduced sentence. 6 months in rehab. 6 months in a halfway house. I visited him once. Ethan, I'm sorry for everything. I know. I never meant to hurt you. I was scared, broke, desperate. I know. I'll never touch drugs again. I'll never hurt anyone again. Good. Ethan, your father. He's still my uncle. I know what he did was wrong, but he was just a client. He didn't know about the others. Mark, I can't forgive him. Not yet. Then don't. But don't let hate destroy you. It already has. I met Rachel one last time. We sat in her new apartment. Our daughter was in the next room. Ethan, the divorce is final. I know. Things worked out for you. Ronald is gone. The others are gone. You're still standing. Thanks to you. I helped because I wanted justice, not because I wanted you back. I know. Ethan, we can't go back. I can't be with someone who wasn't there, even if it wasn't his fault. I know. I'll always care about you, but we need to move on, both of us. I know. Rachel stood. I'll bring your daughter to you next weekend. You can be the dad you always wanted to be. You think I can? I think you want to. That's the first step. She walked away. I stayed seated. The world felt different now. Empty, but also clear. I had lost everything, but I had also found something. The truth. The truth about my identity. The truth about my family. The truth about myself. I walked outside. The sun was setting. My phone buzzed. A message from David. Ronald plead guilty. He's facing 5 years. Others are still going through court. Another message. Your dad called. He wants to talk. I deleted both messages. I was done. Done with Ronald. Done with my father. Done with the past. It was time to build something new. Something real. Something that was mine. The email arrived at midnight. Rachel sent it. I opened it with shaking hands. Ethan, I need to tell you something. Something I should have told you years ago. I kept reading. I knew about Mark. Not everything, but enough. I knew he was back in town. I knew he was in trouble. I knew he looked like you. My blood went cold. I saw him once, 6 months ago. He came to the house. You were traveling. He asked for money. I gave him $200. He told me he was in debt. He told me he was scared. I read the next lines twice. I didn't tell you because I wanted to see what would happen. I wanted to see if he would use you. I wanted to see if he would notice. I wanted to see if he would care. I stopped reading. Rachel knew. She knew about Mark before the hotel records surfaced. She let it happen. I scrolled further. The hotel receipts. The ones I found. I didn't find them by accident. Mark sent them to me. He wanted me to see them. He wanted to cause chaos. I felt sick. He asked me to leave you. He said you didn't deserve me. He said you would never choose me overworked. I didn't believe him at first, but then I started watching, counting the days you were away. Counting the nights you were gone. Ethan, I'm sorry. I should have told you everything. I should have trusted you. But I was tired. Tired of being alone. Tired of waiting. Tired of being second to your career. So I let Mark's plan work. I used it as my exit. The email ended there. No apology. No plea. Just facts. My wife. My partner. My love. She had known. She had watched. She had let it all happen. I called her immediately. She answered on the second ring. Ethan, I'm sorry. Saudi, you knew about Mark for months. You let him ruin our marriage. You let him destroy our family. Ethan, I didn't plan any of this. I just didn't stop it. I saw an opportunity to leave, and I took it. You took it, while I was fighting for us, while I was trying to prove my innocence. Ethan, you weren't fighting for us. You were fighting for your reputation. There's a difference. I hung up. My hands were shaking. Rachel had used Mark. She had used his scheme. She had used everything to escape. I drove to David's office at 2 in the morning. He was still working. Ethan, what happened? I showed in the email. Ethan, this is serious. I know. Rachel knew about Mark before the hotel record surfaced. She didn't stop him. She didn't tell you. She wanted to leave. She used him as an excuse. What are you going to do? I'm going to finish this. I'm going to destroy everyone who used me, including Rachel. Ethan, she's your ex-wife. She's the mother of your child. She's also a conspirator. She helped Mark. She didn't stop him. She watched me suffer. David studied me. Ethan, let me handle this. Don't do anything rash. I won't. I walked out into the night. I spent the next morning gathering more evidence. Rachel's email, Mark's records, Ronald's payments, everything. I created a master file. Every name, every date, every payment, everyone who used my identity, everyone who let it happen. I called Mark. Mark, I need to see you. I'm in rehab. They won't let me have visitors. Mark, Rachel knew. She knew about you months before the hotel record surfaced. Silence. Ethan, I didn't tell her everything, but she knew I existed. She saw me at the house. She gave me money. She asked questions. What questions? She asked about you, about your schedule, about your weaknesses. Mark, she was gathering information. She was planning her escape. She was, but she never asked me to use your identity. That was my idea. Doesn't matter. She knew. She didn't stop it. Mark was quiet. Ethan, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything. But Rachel is not the enemy. She's just someone who is tired of being alone. She let me lose everything. Ethan, you didn't lose everything. You have your daughter. You have your job. You have your freedom. Those things don't matter. Then what does? I didn't answer. I walked into Ronald Holding's cell. He was wearing an orange jumpsuit. His face was pale. Ethan, come to gloat. I came to tell you something. What? Rachel knew. She knew about Mark. She knew about you. She let everything happen. Ronald's expression changed. Ethan, I never told Rachel anything. I never met her. She found out through Mark. She gave him money. She helped him hide. Ronald laughed. Ethan, you're a fool. Rachel didn't help Mark. She was working with me. I froze. What? Rachel and I, we had an arrangement. She wanted out of your marriage. I needed a scapegoat. I provided Mark. She provided information about your schedule. It was a perfect partnership. You're lying. I'm not. Check the records. The ones you missed. There's an entire file of communication between Rachel and me. I pulled out my phone, opened the backup files, searched for Rachel's name. There it was. Emails, messages, phone call logs. Dated months before Mark arrived. Rachel had been planning her exit for a long time. She had found Ronald through mutual contacts. She had provided him with my travel schedule. She had given him access to my calendar. She had helped him choose Mark. I looked at Ronald. How long? 9 months. We started planning before Mark even returned to the city. And Rachel? She wanted out. She wanted a clean break. A reason to leave without looking like the bad guy. Faked infidelity. Exactly. She knew your cousin looked like you. She knew he was desperate. She connected him with Ronald. And Ronald connected him with a hotel network. I stood up. My legs were weak. Everything I believed was wrong. Rachel wasn't a victim. She was a conspirator. She had orchestrated everything. I drove to Rachel's apartment. She wasn't there. I called her mother. Where is she? Ethan, she's gone. She moved to another city. She didn't tell me where. She ran. She said you'd find out the truth eventually. She said she couldn't face you. Tell me where she is. I don't know. She took your daughter with her. My heart stopped. She took my daughter? Yes. She has full custody. The court gave it to her. You signed the papers. I had signed the papers. I had given away my daughter. I had given away everything. I found them 3 days later. A small apartment. The next state over. Rachel opened the door. Ethan, how did you find me? Your mother told me. She lied. She didn't. Rachel stepped back. Ethan, you know everything now. I don't have anything to hide anymore. Rachel, you planned everything. You and Ronald. You and Mark. You used my cousin. You used my boss. You used everyone. I used Mark to escape you. Ronald was just a means to an end. Ethan, I've been thinking about leaving you for 2 years. 2 years of being alone. 2 years of raising our daughter by myself. 2 years of waiting for you to choose us. Rachel. But you never did. So I found a way out. By destroying me. By freeing myself. I stepped inside. Our daughter was asleep in the other room. Rachel, I want to see her. You can't. She's my daughter. She's my daughter. I have full custody. The court gave it to me. Because you lied. You fabricated evidence. You conspired to create a false narrative. Prove it. I pulled out my phone. The records. The communications. Everything. Rachel, I can destroy you. I can take you to court. I can get full custody of our daughter. Ethan, you won't. Because if you do, you'll destroy her. She'll grow up knowing her parents fought. She'll grow up knowing her mother planned everything. She'll grow up broken. Rachel, I don't care. Then do it. But if you do, you'll never see her again. I'll make sure of that. I walked away. I couldn't fight. I couldn't win. Rachel had planned everything. She had thought of every detail. She had prepared for every scenario. I was beaten. But I wasn't broken. I went back to David. David, I need to go on the offensive. Ethan, you've already won. Ronald is in jail. The clients are exposed. Mark is in rehab. Rachel is free. She's walking around. She's raising my daughter. She's living her life like nothing happened. What do you want to do? I want to take her to court. I want to expose her. I want to get custody of my daughter. Ethan, that will take years. It will cost everything, and you might still lose. I have to try. I spent the next month gathering evidence. Every email, every message, every communication. I built a case against Rachel. I found witnesses, people who had seen her with Ronald, people who knew about her plans. I found old files from her computer, backups she had forgotten to delete. Everything pointed to her guilt. The court case lasted 3 months. Rachel fought back hard. She hired the best lawyers. She denied everything. She painted me as a bitter ex-husband. But the evidence was overwhelming. Emails, recordings, witness testimony. She couldn't escape. The judge ruled in my favor. I got full custody of my daughter. Rachel was ordered to pay fines. Her reputation was destroyed. I sat in my new apartment. My daughter was sleeping in the next room. I had won, but I didn't feel like a winner. I felt empty. Rachel had taken everything from me, but now I had my daughter. She was all that mattered. I visited Mark one last time. He had completed his rehab. He was clean. Ethan, I heard you won the case. I did. You got your daughter back. Yes. Ethan, I'm sorry for everything. I never meant to hurt you. Mark, I forgive you. You do. You were desperate, broken, used by people who knew exactly what they were doing. Ethan, Rachel, she used me too. I know, but she's gone now. She's facing her own consequences. What about Ronald? Prison, 5 years. He'll never work again. And your father? Disappeared. He can't face the family. Ethan, you're free now. I stood up. Mark, you should go home. Your mother misses you. Ethan, I don't have a home. You can stay with me. You trust me? I wouldn't trust you with my wallet, but I trust you with my respect. I drove home with a full heart. My daughter was waiting. She ran to me. Daddy. I knelt down. Where's Mommy? Mommy isn't coming back. Will I see her again? Someday. But for now, it's just you and me. Are you sad? Yes, but I'm not broken. I picked her up and held her close. The world was still spinning. But for the first time in months, I felt like I was in control. I had lost everything. But I had gained something too. Myself.